versus individual freedom. First question I want to ask is public health. What are your opinions about these two? Individual freedom. I know it's like a really broad topic.
You have to take care of community before yourself.
Okay. That's really good. Take care of community before yourself. What about individual freedom? Remind me your name again, please. Hyewon? Yeah. Individual freedom?
My own right.
Okay, your own rights. Can you specify? What kind of rights are you talking? What are we talking about? Do you think, why do you think I put versus here? What do you think will be the conflicting thing about public health and individual freedom? Or do you think they don't conflict at all? Who thinks it conflicts? They conflict. Okay, can you give me maybe like an example that individual freedom is compromised so that we can achieve public health? So after you guys understand this prompt, right? Write me an introductory paragraph paraphrasing what is happening, why we're even discussing this too. So talk about the importance of this issue. And then secondly, respond to the two questions. So your response. And then come up with your own question regarding these two examples. Right? So then you are saying that we can just find maybe a fine balance where we can balance these two, right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay, interesting. Anyone else? This whole issue, public health and individual freedom, is not like black and white situation where if we give up one, then you will attain the other, right? So I think this is really interesting because freedom, when we think about freedom, we think about rulelessness, right? Well, there should be no rules that's restricting us. We should be just free entire time, 24/7. But if that's the case, that also is a problem because it's also true that people have freedom to be healthy, right? So if we say that, oh, freedom is ruleless, then it's saying that freedom should be a chaotic place. But I don't believe that freedom should be chaotic, right? The way we can think about it maybe would be a container with a bunch of balloons. So we know that these balloons can exist. They can have certain area of freedom, right? They can have certain, they can occupy some areas. But once you just like expend too much, the balloon's just gonna pop, right? Because you're just squeezing the other person, right? So I think in terms of thinking about freedom, we can think about it in terms of like container and balloons, where we have to respect